for the Brewers, presiding
he is
over
beautiful, man. I'll tell you, today in our little meeting with him, I love him, man. If you don't want to play for him, I don't think you want to play baseball at all.
League's best record at 69-41. They're on a base for 101 wins, which would break the franchise record established way back in 2025 when they won 97 last season. Well, on the mound for the Los Angeles Angels this afternoon, one of the bright spots of their 2026 campaign, he is the 22-year-old rookie Walbert Urania.
Yeah, Walbert Urania, his stuff is excellent too. We talk a lot about Mizorowski's stuff. His fastball 95 to 101. He has a swing and miss plus changeup, 37% whiff percentage, but also his sweeper has gotten a lot better, which makes it even more difficult for right-handed batters. But you talk about a great competitor. He's just 22 years old. He was an A-ball last year to start the season. Now he's one of the best young pitchers in all of baseball. I think he's got a chance. Been in many conversations in uniform in spring with him. He is going to be a dynamic force. So I say his changeups like Pedro Martinez, and every time I say that, he smiles. He says, yep, that's my guy.
Ford pitcher profile presented by Ford, and he's a ground ball guy who does not give up a lot of hard contact. Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup that'll face him. Starting lineup presented by Capital One. Milwaukee doesn't swing much, Vinny. Lowest swing rate in the sport, yet they've got the best one-loss record in the land.
Yeah, this is actually going to be a pretty good matchup for the Brewers because, yes, they do not chase outside the zone. They walk at the second highest clip in all of baseball. You take a look at this lineup, and it's competitive at bats up and down this lineup. There's really not a guy, there's not a hole in this lineup for the Milwaukee Brewers against Walbert Urania today.
Fun to watch this lineup. Top 5 in batting average, on base, stolen bases, runs scored, dead last in homers. Finding a way to win. Bryce Terang will lead things off from Milwaukee. Walbert Urania ready to go to work, and we are underway at Angel Stadium this afternoon.
That is a get over 99-mile-an-hour fastball, first pitch.
With sink.
This is going to be fun. These two guys going at it today. This is what makes baseball the most incredible sport, in my opinion.
Terang, Churio, and Mitchell here for Milwaukee, and a quick 0-2 start to Terang.
Yeah, the thing that stands out about Walbert Urania to me, Gooby, is the fact that it's just effortless.
Yeah.
It's coming out hot. 99 and 100 the first 2 pitches of the game, and looks like he's just playing catch.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Wow. And that's the thing. You're exactly right on that one, Vinny. I mean, it's not wasted energy. A lot of times when you see a guy throw that hard, you're falling off, especially right-handed, towards that first base side of the pitching mound. But he's just right direct towards home plate every single pitch he throws.
Yeah, that was top rail fastball right there, and gets behind the barrel of Bryce Terang. He's got other weapons to go with that fastball too.
Yeah, that changeup. His four-seam fastball has been really, really solid, but his sinker of late has been unhittable.
Jackson Churio now after a 3-pitch strikeout. Hey, wait a minute. We were told that Walbert Urania doesn't throw a lot of strike ones.
He doesn't.
He falls behind a lot in counts. He's dialed in with a couple of first pitch strikes to start the day today. Second lowest first pitch strike rate in baseball. Yeah, no swing, a ball and a strike on Churio.
And a lot of people say, well, you're not facing the other guy on the mound. You are facing the other guy on the mound. When you're locked up against Mizorowski as a pitcher, you're locked in knowing you can't make many mistakes, but you also want everyone to say, hey, I'm pretty good out here also.
Yeah.
1-1 to Churio, fouled away. He has an elite changeup. In fact, has the 3rd highest usage of that pitch in baseball. What's the rest of the repertoire like, Gooby?
And I mentioned the sweeper's getting a lot better. His sinker, even though you see the batting average, slugging percentage has been high, it's been dropping dramatically because he's getting on top of his sinker. But 2 types of fastball, but his sweeper is a pitch you'll probably see pretty often against the right-handed batters, and it's got some serious spin rate to it.
Ball and 2 strikes on Churio. Back-to-back strikeouts start the afternoon as Tyler Heineman finishes with the throw to first, and there are 2 gone to begin the day.
That's a 94-mile-per-hour change. If the bottom just falls out of this one, you can see the arm speed on it. He tunnels it well, and Jackson Churio, a contact hitter, comes up empty.
You know it's good when it shows on the up there, it'll say a sinker, but it is his changeup. It's that 92, 94, but also he changes speeds with his changeup. And I asked him about that before. He just smiled. He goes, yeah, I can do that. I go, you're 22 years old. How do you do that? He goes, this is one of my weapons.
Garrett Mitchell with a swing and a miss at a 99-mile-an-hour sinker. Mitchell 2 for 6 in the series, playing in his 100th game of the season here today. And that in and of itself represents a big win for a guy whose 2025 was almost completely lost. Shoulder, oblique injuries. And Walbert Arena is pitching, as Vince Scully used to say up the road for many years, as if he's double parked.
Getting in and going and filling up the zone.
That's another one of those so-called sinkers at 94. There's his changeup.
Walbert Arena strikes out the side. Hey,
he has been awesome all year long. I mean, look, if Jacob Mizorowski keeps this up, he's going to win the Cy Young going away. Last start against the Rockies a week ago on Sunday, he punched out 12 of the first 13 hitters that he faced. And look, guys, as otherworldly as he's been all year long, he looked at his best last time out against the Rockies. Let's see if he can continue that today.
I mean, the strikeout to walk ratio is just it's not real.
No.
Zach Neto, the first to face him in the Angels lineup. We'll go through the rest of Kurt Suzuki's 1 through 9 in a moment. And the Miz is underway tonight, up and in at 100 miles an hour. Hope you've had your coffee.
But you can tell right there he was ready to ends up being a foul ball too. That's the greatest thing as a pitcher. You get a foul ball, a strike on this one too. You intimidate a hitter and you get a strike.
That's a tough strike one.
Yes, but he was ready to swing at the first pitch like we know Neto can do, and he's homered against the best in baseball the last couple of years that you'll ever see.
0-1 from Mizorowski to Neto. And they appeal and he swung the bat. Like Zach
get a foul ball. He's like, hello.
Foul tip strike, check swing, appeal strike, and it's 0-2.
Not a hole you want to be in against Jacob Mizorowski, an 0-2 hole.
Boy, that sounded loud.
Each starter with a 3-pitch strikeout to open the afternoon.
Wow.
It's just almost not fair, right, Gooby? I mean, look at this. This is absolute fuel coming out of the right hand of Jacob Mizorowski.
I mean, before you even get to settle, especially that first pitch, an up and in fastball they got is so effective, especially when you're throwing that hard.
So now the 3-time MVP and future Hall of Famer Mike Trout, who takes a look at strike one. Not that it would matter, because both of these guys have such elite stuff, but Mizorowski's never faced the Angels. Ureña's never faced the Brewers. So in addition to dealing with a couple of beasts, they're beasts you've never seen before. Oh, by the way, day game, a little more difficult to pick up the baseball. Nothing working in the hitter's favors today.
No, that's why you're going to see a lot of first pitch swings if you can. You might be your best and only shot you have of making contact, let alone doing any damage.
Yeah. I mean, you can look at video all day long, but until you're in the box against Jacob Mizorowski, you have no idea what that fastball is going to look like.
How about he threw a slider too, the Trout the pitch before?
Yeah.
Trout's going, really? Trout has hit a lot of home runs in the first inning in his career. So, I mean, this is the spot where you would think this is got to try to make contact.
Got him. 5 at-bats, 5 strikeouts to start the ball game on either side of the scorecard.
This is what we've been looking at all year long when following Jacob Mizorowski. It swings against some of the best hitters in baseball that are in the mitt, and then you see the swing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just getting on hitters so quickly. You could see even Mike Trout's like, man, that's tough.
Give you the rest of the Angels Capital One starting lineup. We got to get this in quickly the way these two guys are pitching. Here's Nolan Shonowell now. And Shonowell started with a strike. Angels trying to snap out of a 5-game losing streak. They've scored a total of 3 runs in the first 2 games of the series, and the job gets no easier clearly this afternoon.
That sounds unreal. I feel like I'm back at a Black Sabbath concert again when I was younger. Just the sounds.
That's a good point. You don't even hear 102, 103 very often.
This is the one guy you would think for the Halos for sure has a chance of making some consistent contact, but so far he's like, what is that?
Shonowell swings the bat aggressively in 2 strike counts, as he does here. Each starter strikes out the side to start the afternoon. Settle in against Walbert Arena here in the second. 6 at-bats, 6 strikeouts to start the afternoon today in Anaheim. And if you like the rookie Luis Lara to go deep, get a pretty nice plus 850.
So far, Arania, a lot of strikes pumping in there, especially first pitch strikes. You mentioned that, Matty. He doesn't do that a whole lot.
Forget about home run odds. How about odds to make contact? Yeah. Odds Seriously. To put the ball in play. I'm not sure if that's offered at FanDuel.
Even work to account where you're even.
Hey, last time out with Jacob Mizorowski on the mound, punching out 12 of the first 13. The fielders were like, can we get a little action out here? They're just jogging back and forth to the dugout.
Like Mizorowski, Arania's coming off a good one his last time around, but unfortunately it's a narrative that's played out too often for the Angels. You can see both guys already into triple digits pretty consistently. Arania went 6 innings against the Astros on Monday, allowed 1 earned run, and couldn't get a decision on a game that the bullpen couldn't hold on to.
And he's had a number of them this season too, Matty, where he's had leads late. I mean, his record could be way better, way better. But I mean, it's just the way he is. He goes out there and just does the best he can to give the team a chance to win.
And there's ball 4. So the first base runner of the afternoon, a leadoff walk in the second.
And there is a walk in this game on occasion. That's his 50th walk so far of the season.
A 12% walk rate, major league average around 9%. Yeah, just 22 years old. Impressive arm, and you wonder, Gooby, if he's, you know, a guy that knows that the other two guys, the other two aces in this rotation, he's going to be maybe the last guy standing.
Yeah. But him and Soriano are so close. They talk throughout the entire game to each other.
Jake Bauers puts the first pitch in play. Nolan Shonowell gets him with the tag. Advancing to second is Contreras on the first out of the inning. Reminder to score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Scan the QR code or visit MLBshop.com, the official source for your favorite team gear. If you click way deep down on the Brewers page, you're going to find some Gorman Thomas jerseys in there. My favorite all-time Brewer.
I liked him a lot too. There was a swing and miss in this game, but there was a lot of power there.
So runner in scoring position now with 1 gone for Andrew Vaughn. Not sure if we had a little pitch clock issue there or not, but Vaughn ready to go to work with a runner in scoring position. You know, when you talk about the history between the Brewers and the Angels, it's not as robust as, say, Dodgers, Padres, or Yankees, Red Sox. And most notably, that one American League Championship Series that put the Brewers into their one and only World Series back in 1982, the Suds Series, where they eventually lost in 7 games to the Cardinals. Angels had that series all locked up.
Yeah, they were up 2-0.
Brewers came back, and again, their only appearance in a World Series.
By the way, how about some of the names on both those rosters there? I mean, you're talking about some of the all-time great baseball players in that playoff series. I mean, great baseball players.
Yeah, Molitor, Yount.
Yeah, you Bobby Grich in there. You had so many great ones from Don Baylor, all those guys with the Angels too.
Reggie Jackson was on that team.
I mean, they had some guys on those teams.
Yeah.
All near Slurpee cups and baseball cards.
Hall of Fame roll call. Ball and 2 strikes the count to Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn 0 for 2 in the series. And takes a look at a called strike 3. That's 4 for Walbert Arania here this afternoon.
How about painting your changeup on the outside corner? That's a feel for it.
Man, it takes a ton of touch and feel to get that changeup. Starts away and comes back over.
And that's why I talk a lot when Pedro Martinez like changeup from the right side. Because Pedro brought some gas too, but his changeup was such a difference maker, made his fastball that much better.
Similar mount presence too out there, right? A lot of confidence that he's pitching with. Bulldog.
Here is the switch hitting rookie right fielder Luis Lara. Lara, a tough guy to strike out. This will be a fun at bat to watch a couple of times today. Lowest whiff rate on the team, and he is a rookie with precious little big league experience. What a skill set.
Just 21 years old. He and Cooper Pratt, the baby Brewers on this roster, playing every day. Locked him up with a contract, both he and Cooper Pratt, with contract extensions before they stepped a foot in the major leagues.
And with that speed, they'll put a lot of pressure on the infield defense for the Angels here right now.
Ball and a strike to Lara. And a swing and a miss. Yeah, that's such an important part. And I don't have to tell you, Vinny, and Gooby, you're certainly aware as well of the Brewers winning calculus. Trying to become the first ever team to win the NL Central in 4 straight seasons. They've done so with terrific player development. They find Jackson Chourio. They lock him up before he even gets here. Doing the same with Pratt and Lara, as you mentioned. And it's still a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, there's certain boxes that you have to check in order for the Brewers to bring you up to the big leagues. I mean, just even to get you into the organization. And one of them is to know what a strike looks like and what a ball looks like. That's for certain. But Pat Murphy's just done a phenomenal job with the winning culture. I mean, you guys got to experience that just talking to him for 5 minutes.
And it reminds me a lot of Cleveland teams back in the 90s there, where they were able to keep their young core together. In a small market club, that's the important thing, to keep those guys happy, keep them around, and hopefully you win a World Series or 2 during that stretch.
Yeah, to pull a Cleveland, it became a verb for how to create a winning roster. Tie up your young core. Meanwhile, Luis Lara, part of the young core, Milwaukee, battling here. That's in play out to the opposite field. Adele started in. That's not Adele, that's Wade Meckler out there in left, who makes the catch to retire the Sox. Talking about not a 70% strike rate, a 70% triple-digit rate from the miss so far. Oh, man. I mean, we shouldn't be surprised, right? 54 pitches at 102 plus in his last start Sunday against the Rockies. And he starts Vaughn Grissom with strike 1.
And he throws strikes, too. A lot of times you think a guy's throwing that hard, they're all over the place. Like Randy Johnson when he first came up. These are strikes every time.
Grissom, Adele, and Meckler here in the Angels half of the second. And Vaughn behind 0-2.
I mean, you have to be aggressive against Jacob Misiorowski, but how? I mean, you can't really take that mindset against him. You try, but the ball is by you. And like you said, he fills up the zone so much. You almost feel like you're 0-2 before you even step in the box.
Grissom is 0-2 in the box. The 0-2 pitch home to him is back up the middle for a base hit.
That's where when he throws a breaking ball, it's a good one, though. You're like, thank you. I have a chance maybe making some contact. And Halos, you know, Halo fans are always like, okay, it's been since 1999 since a no-hitter has been thrown against the Halos. That was Milton up there in Minneapolis in the Metrodome. So it's always something, an ongoing thing here.
You know, I'm amazed by the fact that it almost felt like Vaughn Grissom was sitting on a breaking ball there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how do you react to that when you have to dial up for 103?
His approach has been the right center to center a lot, and I think that allows him to be able to stay on that baseball like that.
Joe Adele was dialed up and ready for it and fouls away a fastball. 0-1 to Joe. Adele looking for his first hit of the series. 16 homers this year, 62 driven in. Another very good power campaign put together by the homegrown Angel.
Going back to the first inning, both pitchers threw 10 pitches, 9 strikes, 3 strikeouts. So they were both almost immaculate innings for both of them. I don't know if that's ever been done. I can't imagine it's ever been done.
Well, Jacob Misiorowski will get an immaculate inning before his career is over.
Yeah, Reed Detmers has one the same year he threw a no-hitter his rookie year.
Check both boxes.
Yes. I think Sandy Koufax might have been the only one ever to do that, though, a no-hitter and an immaculate inning in the same season. That's pretty good company.
Yeah.
0-2 the count to Joe Adele. Leadoff single by Grissom here in the Angels half of the second.
Vinny, is there any difference between him and the full windup as compared in the stretch at all?
In terms of results, no. I mean, it's still fuel coming out of his hand. The difference this year to last is the fact that he is staying down the mound with really good direction and finishing his pitches with good balance over that lead leg. That's been the biggest difference.
Adele into center field. Garrett Mitchell roaming over to make the catch, and that's the first out of the inning. Jennifer Garner leads an all-star cast in the 5-Star Weekend, an original series based on the New York Times bestseller. Stream it now only on Peacock. So a single and a line out, and that'll bring up Wade Meckler with a man on and one away. Almost counterintuitively, and I think it's an interesting talking point with Meckler standing in there, left-handed batter. Misiorowski's been even steer against left-handed pitching. Why is that the case, Vin?
So I think he's got the lane open in that right-handed batter's box, where sometimes I think you will cut it off if you have a batter standing there, right? I mean, you remember feeling like that sometimes, right, Gooby? But then also, I think the fact that he's got that cutter that can ride in on their hands.
There's a drive out to right, well hit. Lara watches it fly. The local kid with a home run he'll never forget.
Sometimes you can't control the Mac. His first career home run here in this ballpark, Jacob deGrom. Second home run here today, Jacob Mizorowski. I mean, that is pretty impressive. I mean, he's done everything he's asked to when he gets a chance to play. That was a swing and a half right there. That was a cutter.
Yeah, he's given up some homers on that pitch right there, and Meckler rides it out of here to right field. Now, he barreled that one up. And Jacob Mizorowski has given up some homers.
He had a 37-degree launch angle, allow him to hit that ball in the air. We were talking about in between breaks. If you hit a ball in the air here at the Big A during the day, it's got a chance to go.
We got a challenge on the pitch to Denzer Guzman. Oh, the mini celebration in the Angels dugout.
The call's confirmed. The pitch is a strike. Los Angeles has one challenge remaining.
So Guzman loses the ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile, and it's 0-1 to the Angel third baseman.
It's one of those ones you want to challenge there in the first pitch of an at bat this early in the game, though.
Flare out to center field. Mitchell got a late break, plenty of time, however, for route number 2. I can't imagine. Wade Meckler has to be just walking on air right now. His first start of the series. His story is a great one. Local guy, and he touches up one of the elite pitchers of our generation already.
Yeah. Sure didn't even feel that one off the bat, floating around the bases. What did he call it? The Mech?
The Mech.
Don't mess with the Mech?
Yeah, don't mess with the Mech. It's the Miz versus the Mech. But I mean, he grew up an Angel fan. In his bedroom, he has posters of Mike Trout. And his first game, he's looking over in center field. There's Mike Trout. A fly ball to left field down the line in foul territory, slides into the wall, and we're like, uh-oh, that could be it. I mean, he slammed hard into the wall. And then that bottom of the first inning, he faces Jacob deGrom. It's a 3-run home run. That's a pretty good start.
Here's the question, though. Does he still have the Trout posters up in his bedroom? Because that'd be weird.
Trout would crush him on that one.
Count is a ball and 2 strikes on Josh Lowe. He, too, makes his first start of the series here this afternoon. The home run allowed by Mizorowski, the 11th he has surrendered and is now 21 starts, but only the 4th by a left-handed batter. And it's 2-2 now.
Yeah, I was just talking about that cutter, how it gets in on the hands at times of left-handed hitters, but Meckler pulled the hands in there and got it.
2-2 pitch. Another off-speed pitch that's fouled away.
Meckler had 3 home runs this season. One I mentioned deGrom, the other Rasmussen for the Rays. I mean, that was a grand slam. So he's got a 3-run home run, a grand slam now, a 2-run home run against the elite of the elite on the mound.
It's a pretty good book he's putting together.
Yes.
Asking for some more playing time.
The Angels are a top 10 run scorer.
Frankie Rodriguez's numbers. He's got the single season mark as far as saves. I don't think that's ever going to be broken.
It's pretty interesting. You make a pretty good point. As Walbert Arena goes back to work, Cooper Pratt, David Hamilton, and then top of the order, Bryce Terang. Now that closers are being, I guess, valued a little differently in the eyes of Hall of Fame voters, K-Rod makes a compelling case. And it's 0-2 on Cooper Pratt, leading things off in the Milwaukee third.
What, 62 that one year, the record?
Yeah, 62. That was in 2008. 437 career. They hand the ball to him, game was over.
And when he made that splash, he came up in September of 02 when they won they don't win the World Series without Frank. Absolutely do not win it.
Point. He was the 8th inning guy for Percival, right?
Yep.
Right off the shin of Cooper Pratt. Gets mostly shin guard, still hurts.
How long does that hurt when it happens to you? For a long time, right?
Yeah, at least a day. Yeah, whole game.
I know I'd go right back in with a sinker after that.
Oh, I'm sure you're not lying about that either.
Well, some guys would go back in their sinker. Some guys would go slider away, right?
There are still guys that faced you in the 80s, Gooby, that get phantom shin pain just watching a baseball game. I've spoken to some of them. Counts 0-2 on Pratt.
Yeah, there wasn't going to be a whole lot of strikeouts in my game, so I needed a lot of ground balls if I was going to be successful.
We talked about Luis Lara in the same sense last inning, as young guys that have been given multi-year guarantees by the Brewers despite precious little major league time. For Pratt, his extension came on April 3rd, an 8-year commitment to keep him in Milwaukee.
Just a good baseball player, guys. I mean, this kid has made one error so far playing shortstop every day at age 21. He is as steady as they come, and he's got great range playing shortstop. Got him.
Tell you what, his arm too is impressive at shortstop.
That's number 5 for Walbert Urania.
There's that sweeper. That thing is tight. And he didn't have that necessarily working early on in the season, so it was change up fastball. And some of the right-handed batters had a shot against him. Now he's got that sweeper going. The right-handed batters, no, it's completely changed around for him now. Just a 195 batting average for right-handers against him.
Yeah, and you would think he's a sinker changeup guy, so you would think it's more of an east-west arsenal, but that sweeper's going straight down.
Yep.
Ball and no strikes to the number 9 hitter, David Hamilton. 5 strikeouts for Urania today. Already matches his total from each of his last 2 starts, where he went 6 innings on both occasions. So he is on a strikeout pace that would put him darn near, if not exceeding, a single season high mark for him. Hamilton pulled back the bunt attempt, and now he's in front. 3 balls and no strikes.
Trying to get back in the count there with his changeup.
And it's a 4-pitch walk issued to the number 9 hitter. One out, one on, and it's a runner at first base that likes to go. The team high 20 stolen bases for Hamilton. He's been thrown out 5 times. We'll watch that cat and mouse game now as Bryce Terang digs in.
Find him a little over 30% caught stealing rate this season. He's got a very good throwing arm.
Not wasting any time. Hamilton running, and the throw has a chance to get him. Yeah, wow. What a tag by Zach Neto. We'll see if the Brewers want to look at this again. Apparently the tag got Hamilton on the back on his way down.
And you're seeing that from the catchers right now. They don't throw at the bag anymore. They throw at the base runner, and no challenge.
Wow.
The tail on this throw was unbelievable.
Yeah, they're throwing into that runner. That's a good call, Gooby, and it does get Hamilton right on that left foot. Erases the base runner.
Heineman is so good defensively. And when you talk about defensive run save, defensive metrics, he's one of the best in the game behind the plate. That's huge, especially at this part of the lineup coming up for the Brewers, and you're able to, get that that 1-out walk and the number 9 hitter out of the way with one quick throw by Heineman.
How much did that settle you in as a pitcher, right?
I felt really good because you're facing a club that steals a lot. And you're going to probably see it try again right now.
Broken bat base hit for Bryce Terang. His 3rd hit of the series. He's aboard with 2 away.
Because the rain is not overly fast to the plate. So that's all Heineman and the catchers that throw at the would-be base stealers.
As we talked about, the Brewers are top 5 in Major League Baseball in total stolen bases, that is. And Terang's a part of that equation. He's got 15 bags this year. We'll see if he too looks for an opportunity to run in front of Jackson Chourio now with 2 gone.
I tell you, it does make you a little gun shy as a base runner. You see your teammate get thrown out on the at bat before.
Rainey giving up a hit before the 4th or 5th inning in itself is big news, because he generally takes that no-hitter into the 4th or 5th every single time out.
Ball and no strikes to Jackson Chourio, one of the 3 strikeout victims that began the afternoon against Urania. Turang stays put again, and it's to 2-0 now.
And this is the stuff for Walbert you want to see him clean up his inconsistencies at time in the strike zone. He already has a couple walks now behind a very, very dangerous hitter with an incredibly quick bat now. 2-0.
Only 45% of what he throws is in the zone. And after losing Hamilton on 4 pitches, he falls behind Churio 3-0. This is the interesting part of the game, right? Second time through, you've got a team with the lowest swing rate in baseball and a guy who has more than just a couple of walks in him, a 12% walk rate. Second 4-pitch walk of the inning, first and second with 2 gone now.
Imagine Mike Maddox might be working his way out there pretty soon here.
Yeah, you're going to get a visit from Heineman just to kind of reset Urania right here. But that's what the Brewers do. They are just relentless in terms of the quality of the at-bat, and they make pitchers tap out eventually.
Especially on a warm afternoon, to have this kind of patience is big.
Let's take a look at Capital One checking accounts. We're talking no fees, no minimums, just one question. What's in your wallet?
Multiple base runners aboard for the first time for Milwaukee, and with 2 out, the opportunity is with Garrett Mitchell now, who struck out in the first.
I'd be shocked if you didn't see a first pitch change up here.
Well, you're good. Feels like you've watched this guy pitch a couple times.
Are you on their pitch comm? You relaying signs out there?
They won't be able to understand me. People at home probably can't even understand my voice and my accent.
0-1 to Mitchell. Goes back to the firm stuff to get in front. 0-2. Again, second time through the order. A little bit different result. Urania got through the order in the first time on 26 total pitches. He's thrown 18 pitches here in the 3rd inning alone.
The big thing when you're facing Jacob Mizorowski on the other side and your offense gives you 2 runs, that shutdown inning is ever so much more important than ever. Now if you're the Brewers, you're able to scratch a run or so, all of a sudden you feel real good about your chances in this game.
And they've been doing a great job of that all year long, guys, is the fact that they answer back. They've scored a ton of answer back runs in the next inning after giving up a couple and even giving up the lead. Only team in baseball that has a winning record after the opposing team scores first.
That is impressive.
That's a big stat.
Yeah.
Still 1-2 to Garrett Mitchell. And that's in play back to Urania on a couple of baby hops. Oh, he threw a changeup to first base, and Nolan Shotwell had to dig it out of the dirt. No damage against him. In most people that imitate Keith Jackson can do in Keith Jackson is just say college football. That's it. Nobody can imitate Jacob Mizorowski. And after allowing the 2-run homer to Wade Meckler, he trails the Angels 2-0 as we welcome you back. With Vinny Rotino, Mark Gubiza, and Erica Weston, Matt Vasgersian. Good to have you with us on Peacock this afternoon. And Tyler Heineman will lead things off in the Angels half of the 3rd. Then it's the top of the order, Zach Neto and Mike Trout.
He had some mound work done in between innings, Jacob Mizorowski, where his landing spot.
He lands further down the mound than most pitchers in baseball. 7.6 feet of extension.
And he had a little stumble there when he delivered the baseball there. And that's the one thing, if you're the Brewers, you don't want to see that from that arm. Because any kind of a stumble like that on your landing foot, that could tweak your shoulder a little bit or elbow.
Right. It's been an area of focus for him just to make sure that the grounds crew has the right landing spot, has the mound dialed in.
There's been conversation this year, Vinny, and since you've watched him since he got here last year, about Mizorowski adding substantial size to his frame. And I would guess that that's all from the waist down.
Yeah, his lower half has really been built up.
That's in play for Turang. And 1 away.
He's put on about 20 or 30 pounds, and he's actually gone up 3 pant sizes.
Ooh.
It's been an area of focus, and that's helped him, again, just with that balance, getting through the baseball and landing on that lead leg and getting over that front side really well.
And that drive, you think of the all-time great as far as velocity and strikeouts. Nolan Ryan was so big on that lower half of his body being so strong.
First pitch to Zach Neto. First pitch slider fouled away. For most of the population, you tell a guy that he's gone up 3 pant sizes and it's time for a juice cleanse, among other things. Brewers happy with that added power. Neto one hops it out to shortstop for Pratt. 2 gone.
Yeah, Jacob Misiorowski drafted in the 2022 draft, 63rd pick overall, and you talk to Chris Hook and Jim Henderson, Juan Sandoval. That's part of the pitching group, the pitching coach group here with the Milwaukee Brewers. They said there's about 25 guys that have had a hand into Jacob Misiorowski's development. And you're seeing it all come to fruition this year in 2026.
It's a smooth delivery.
Yeah, it's fluid, it's smooth. There's not a lot of effort there. And it's 105.
That is unreal.
It's a low release.
I would even say, hey, I'm throwing a fastball. If I'm throwing 105, I would even let you know I'm throwing a fastball.
Is it similar to a Nolan Ryan, you think, watching this?
0-1 the count to Mike Trout.
Just from the field level, how quickly a baseball gets on you like that. You don't realize it until you go, it's 100+ miles an hour, but it's on you. When you mentioned that extension he has, that makes it even harder to see it and how quick it's going to get on you.
Terrific matchup. Hall of Famer at the plate. Elite young arm on the mound. A ball and 2 strikes to Trout now.
You know he's thinking about that too, Mike Trout at the plate. There's no doubt. Anytime you're a pitcher, you're facing the best of all time, your adrenaline is going.
Got him looking. That's 5 strikeouts for the Miz. Angels go down in order. They continue to lead, however, to nothing bigger than Tarek Skubal to the Dodgers. The White Sox net Luis Castillo automatically becomes the senior most tenured starter, longest in the tooth, if you will, in that rotation on the south side. And fastball Freddie's going to Tampa. So the Rays, we're assuming, were in on the Skubal sweepstakes, as were the Brewers, the Phillies, and whoever else you want to throw in that calculus. But Freddie Peralta going to Tampa to pitch for Kevin Cash and a pretty good Rays team down the stretch. We welcome you back to Anaheim in a 2-0 Angels lead. And it'll be William Contreras leading things off for Milwaukee.
But the White Sox, where you think they've been the last few years, losing 100+ games, and all of a sudden now they're leading their division. That's how quickly I think you could turn around in the American League.
And Chris Getz has done a phenomenal job of kind of retooling that roster with a bunch of young players, young, hungry players.
And one big international signing, because the rest of the league missed on Munetake Murakami.
That's right.
Counts 2 balls and a strike on William Contreras. Contreras, Bowers, and Vaughn in the Brewers' half of inning number 4. AL Central, a wide open race. In your estimation, can the Tigers still win that division without Skubal?
I still wait for their offense to be consistent. Their bullpen has been up and down. I think they can, because there's really nobody's running away with it. Cleveland is really starting to struggle. But you got to give the White Sox a lot of credit. There's that sweeper again, by the way. It is filthy.
Straight down.
6 for Walbert Rainier. It's 2 away from matching his personal best.
I mean, you go back to a couple years ago when the Tigers were struggling, they were done. Everyone thought they were done, and they got hot and make the playoffs. Then last year they were just running away with their division, and then they got cold and Cleveland caught them. So you just never know what A.J. Hinch, what he can get, the magic there with the Tigers.
Well, what's wild, too, is the fact that they're near the top 10 in the league in run differential, and yet their record is way back there. Still within striking distance, but, yeah, we'll see if they go on another run.
1 gone for Jake Bowers, trying to convert on a hitting streak today. He's homered in 2 in a row. And as we learned through the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel yesterday, Vinny, did so on a broken toe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an old break is what they were thinking, but he fouled a pitch off in San Francisco, took a day off, and then the next day he went back to raking. Been doing it all year. But yeah, they said it was an old break, and then he re-aggravated it. Just needed 1 day off. You see that little extra toe guard right there on his left foot. Right foot, I should say.
Brings me back to an old day of the stripes with the big toe coming in.
Sergeant Hulka.
Yes.
Injured.
Dating myself there once again. Why not?
Okay. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bowers. One of the SoCal kids in the Milwaukee lineup and on the Milwaukee roster. A lot of local guys. Jake, a Newport Beach native, Marina High School in Huntington Beach.
He said he got off the plane and he just felt right at home.
In the opposite field, Meckler circling around, shy of the track, fighting off the sun for out number 2. Play Ball is baseball's global youth initiative to highlight the fun and accessible ways to play our great game. To learn more, including how to find a league near you, scan the QR code or go to playball.org and follow @playball on X, Facebook, and Instagram.
I mean, when you think about how many great players are in this area from the high school to college level, I mean, the Angels tapped into that in this draft this year, too. So many phenomenal players.
2 gone, bases empty for Andrew Vaughn, who takes a strike.
When you go to a high school baseball game, you feel like it's a minor league baseball game. There's so much talent.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, the game is alive and well at the amateur ranks for certain.
Where we grew up, we got to shovel snow all the way through the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Say, Vinny, when you grown up in Racine, I mean, you had what, about 4 months for the scouts to find you because you were playing catch in a gym the rest of the year.
Yeah, no doubt. Indoor baseball, that's what you would play. Snow would stop flying right around May, end of May. No scouts would come to a game because they didn't know if it was going to get snowed out.
Boy, I remember the old stadium in Milwaukee when it didn't have the dome. That was freezing in April.
Not a problem here. Sun exposure is the problem here. Good play in the hole by Zach Neto. What a play! Knew he had a little time on the throw. That was some. Jacob Mizorowski back to work, bottom half of the 4th in a 2-0 Angels lead for Nolan Shonewell, Vaughn Grissom, and Joe Adell. 3-4-5 part of the Los Angeles batting order. The 2 runs on a Wade Meckler 2-run homer in the 2nd, and the Miz is underway in the 4th with a first pitch swing and a pop into shallow left center. Hey, Jackson Churio saved the day. Cooper Pratt just couldn't find it.
How did he get to that baseball?
Wow.
That is an unreal defensive play. Phenomenal all-around player. Then you see him all the time. I mean, he covered, what, about 100 feet, 100-plus feet.
Yeah, seriously, Gooby, that is a great play. Even though it doesn't look all that pretty when you're watching this play because Cooper Pratt loses this in the sun, but great job by Jackson Churio to pick up his teammate right there and come and make that grab for the first out of the inning.
Like Pat Murphy said when we were talking, they don't give up on any plays.
Right.
If you're just sitting there being a spectator on that ball, that falls in, and that could be some trouble. That's an unreal play. How did he get to that baseball? 2 great defensive plays in a row here.
I'm trying to think of something clever to say for when the Rams used to play here and Jim Everett was the quarterback. I can't remember who his leading receiver was, but you know, something along the lines of he traveled farther than blah blah blah. I just couldn't come up with it.
I'm right with you. I'm trying to think of it too.
Full transparency, folks. Vaughn Grissom pops it up. This one up into the sun for Mitchell. Well, when they talk about Jacob Mizorowski as being the presumptive favorite for National League Cy Young honors, this is why. A lot of bold ink. Leads Major League Baseball in ERA, strikeouts, whip, opponent's batting average, numbers that are obscene. The velocity numbers are obscene. 66% of his heaters have gotten into triple digits. There's been a big spike in innings. That's something certainly the Brewers are aware of. But I think it feels pretty right to say Milwaukee could be lined up for their 4th ever Cy Young Award winner. Raleigh Fingers, Pete Vukovich, Corbin Burns 5 years ago, and the Miz is the leading attraction this year.
Unreal, his stuff. I mean, just watching him, I think he's only going to get better. He's going to utilize his other pitches, and that'll make his fastball that much better going forward. And I love what he's when you talked about it too, Benny. You even had some stuff with that gaining weight in that lower half of the body. That'll keep his shoulder stronger and elbow stronger. That lower half is so important for a pitcher. We always think about doing arm exercises, but it's that lower body in the core that gives you a chance to stay healthy.
It allows you to repeat your delivery too, right?
Yep.
And all those accomplishments and accolades and firsts on all those lists, all he cares about is winning. He's got the right mindset. He's the right kind of guy to lead your staff.
By the way, after he delivered that baseball, he's almost standing on the grass. That's just not right when you're throwing that hard.
Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes on Joe Adell. Joe lined out on a well-hit ball to center field in his first at-bat. A strikeout victim here in the 4th. 6 strikeouts for each starter through 4, and it's still 2-0 Angels lead.
Wow. That is awesome.
That's a great call.
Talk about not having a filter. Clean it up.
That was so good.
How did I ever advance in this career with that act?
97 to 2001, you put yourself on the Mount Rushmore of Milwaukee Brewers broadcasters, including obviously Uke is at the top of that mountain, right? But then Bill Schroeder, Rock, and Brian Anderson, and you, Matty V.
Gee whiz, that seems like another lifetime ago.
That was so good.
Thanks for not playing all the ones I messed up.
Oh, that was so good.
Luis Lara leads things off in the Brewers half of the 5th. Right place, right time, I guess.
You have
County Stadium days were a lot of fun, as a matter of fact. Look back at that fondly. Maybe not as fondly as you do, Gooby, killing guys in the shins.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
1 and 2 to Luis Lara. Lara, Pratt, and Hamilton.
That's another great changeup. Back-to-back changeups.
7 for Urania today. 1 away from matching his single start high.
He turns this one over. The arm action he has. There's not a lot of spin to it. You're out in front. You got to respect the velocity on his fastball, and you're just not able to make contact. That's that 90-mile-an-hour change. Remember, early was 94.
Yeah, it can add and subtract to it. The fact that he can pronate through the baseball, but also spin a breaking ball, that's a rare ability to go both ways.
I don't know how. That's one of those pitches that are running in. It's just, get off of me. That was running right in on the chest of Pratt. That's how much movement he has on his sinker, too. I don't know even how he made contact. I guess that's the only way you save yourself.
Yeah, that might have hit him. I tell you what, this kid, Walbert Urania, has really been impressive. He's 22 years old, pitching like a veteran.
Boy, and not a guy they spent a lot of do-re-mi on, Gooby.
No.
Kind of fell into their laps as an amateur.
Like I said, it was a couple years ago. I was in uniform, got to be a guest instructor, and the first guy I saw throwing a bullpen, I went right in there in the meeting and said, he's your best athlete, best pitcher, period. And they're like, well, he's still raw. I said, I don't care. I could see something about him, and this, even in his bullpen session, was all business. And he is, I mean, he's a great kid, quiet, but on the mound, he's all business. He's a great competitor.
It's almost like he's trying to rise to the occasion and facing Jacob Mizorowski today, right? He wants to show that he can go toe-to-toe with him.
Erica had a chance to talk to him a couple days ago about that, and he definitely is looking forward to this. He goes, hey, I'm pretty good, I think.
0-2 the count to Cooper Pratt.
Another changeup with him. I think right now you might even be able to see that sweeper.
Number 9 hitter waiting on deck. Brewers with only 1 hit this afternoon. On a sharp hop, make it 2 as that one evades the glove of Zach Neto, and Pratt's aboard with 1 gone.
Another quality at bat from Cooper Pratt. Gets a sweeper, a pretty good one, stays with it, and this ball kind of took a nasty hop on Zach Neto. Probably a ball he's going to tell you he needs to come up with. Kind of alligator arm that one a little bit.
One thing we talk about how the baseball carries here in the afternoon, but that dirt gets hard quickly, and that ball will skip through here.
So 1 out, 1 on now for David Hamilton. Erica, how many days ago was it that you visited with Urania? When did he become aware of his opponent today?
Well, I asked him yesterday in the Angels clubhouse just to see if he was excited to lock horns with Jacob Mizorowski. And in fact, the Angels opening day starter, Jose Soriano, was 2 lockers down, sitting in his chair, scooted his chair over, stopped in front of Urania, held up his phone and said, I can't wait to hear this.
That's lined the other way as Meckler makes the play on a loud out number 2. Well, he has been certainly up to task so far this afternoon.
He's confident in his ability, too. I mean, we all know Jacob Mizorowski is the best right now going. And they're both young pitchers, but he says, hey, check me out also. I'm pretty good, too.
Back to the top of the order, Bryce Terang, 1 for 2 today.
It feels like a guy that the Angels can build around, right? John Mozeliak coming in here and trying to put together something here at the trade deadline to add some pieces, but this is a piece they're going to be having here for the next 6 years.
See if Pratt looks for an opportunity to run. He stays put on the next pitch. It's in for a strike, a ball and a strike to Terang.
A few more consistent swings here for the Brewers of late, so I think it's going to be mixing and matching now for Walbert Arania as far as what pitch he's going to throw. I mean, Terang is an amazing all-around player.
This is an interesting matchup too, and quite possibly the last time we'll see it, because Arania's 36% sinker, a pitch that Terang really loves and handles. His next most used pitch, Arania, is the changeup, and that's a pitch that's given Bryce a little trouble this year. 2-2.
Right on cue. You see how there's just a little bit of movement in that lower half of his body on his changeup.
Well, he started hitting home runs last year in August. Okay, so it's been a calendar year. He's got 28 home runs since last August and 106 RBIs. Talked about having that whip in his bat.
To center field to retire the side. Middle of the afternoon at the Big A. Angels continue a 2-0 lead.
Line, don't mess with the Mac. Is that what they're saying?
Don't mess with the Mac.
Well, after that home run, Miz tightened up, has retired the next 8 he's faced, and now it's Meckler again. 0-1.
Kind of unusual to see him hacking at the first pitch. He is incredibly aggressive at the plate.
There's a triple-digit piece. 0-2 the count to Meckler. We're up to 15 100+ mile-an-hour pitches. I guess the context for that would be this: that the Miz has thrown now, let's see, 500. There's another one. I can't even keep track. They're coming at me so frequently. Holy cow, that's 16. So he's thrown 585 pitches this year of 100+. 585. Between the years 2008 and 2009, all of baseball combined for 525 such pitches.
Right, it's unreal.
And this dude by himself has beaten a 2-year total from 15 years ago.
I think a lot of those guys were relievers doing that, not as much as you see a starter doing that.
He was, they talk about he is an alien, right? He's kind of, or he's created in a lab. He's got such a special talent with that ability to unleash the fastball in the triple digits consistently.
By the way, he was angry at Meckler there. That's why he punched him out. That was a firm fastball. He remembered he got that one cutter and hit it out for a 2-run home run. That's why he's so good, I think, because of the competitive nature. He remembers the guy that got him.
He's talked about that too. He's facing Aaron Judge earlier in the season, and then he ramps it up. His last pitch against Cody Bellinger of a game against the Yankees was like 103.
Yep.
The calls confirm the pitch is a strike. Los Angeles is out of challenges.
That's 2 challenges by Denzer Guzman today on a game. It's a 2-0 game. You want to have that in the tank, be able to make a challenge later on. That's a tough one right now.
1-1 count, nobody on base. It turns into a strikeout.
You know, remember the first time he challenged was an 0-0 count.
The little lessons for a young player.
Might have a conversation as he walks. He's been really, really good, the young player at third base. And he had a big home run here the other day, 2-run shot to right center. But you want to keep a game like this with this tremendous arms on the mound. You want to keep a challenge or 2.
8 strikeouts so far for Mizorowski, and he's 0-1 on Josh Lowe, who he struck out in the second. mean, we're counting down the minutes till Ben Sheets' franchise strikeout record falls.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, in every time that he takes the ball, you almost expect to have him throw a no-hitter or a perfect game. I mean, that's the kind of domination that he has had on hitters this season.
See his landing spot there, not real happy with that one. By the way, Ben Sheets was a giant human too on the mound. So that's a pretty good one.
18 strikeout game against the Braves at American Family Field, then Miller Park.
Line softly to Terrain. A 1-2-3 bottom of the fifth. On to strikeout pays you plus 320. Well, here we go. Against Walbert Arena, who has struck out 7, one shy of a single start career best. And the first pitch to Churio's fouled away. Churio followed by Mitchell and Contreras. Not much of anything doing for the Brewers lineup so far this afternoon. 2 singles and 3 walks, about all they could muster. They've had only 1 runner in scoring position today. Walbert Arena has been in control. Churio has Milwaukee's 3rd base hit of the day.
And this is going to be a big inning for the Angels in Arena right now. This is the 3rd time through. We saw some better swings last half inning against Walbert Arena.
Yeah,
might see that phone ring pretty soon down there.
First time these guys have faced Urania, so now all of a sudden they know exactly how that sinker's moving, how that changeup is moving. This is kind of what the Brewers do. They wait around and then they score big and they put up crooked numbers.
That was 106 off the bat.
And that was a very long look down to the third base coaching box for Garrett Mitchell before digging in. I loved when we talked to Pat Murphy today, how he described his offense. And I believe we asked him, you know, how, with your team last in homers, yet top 5 in runs scored, how would you describe that? He said, our lineup, our attack is get a man at first base, and then we can kind of be who we are. Bunt, fake bunt, run, pretend like you're going to run, and do all that stuff, all the mind games that a winning team, quite frankly, should be doing, yet most winning teams do not in today's MLB.
And they're pitchers' nightmares when you have a team that makes contact, makes you work. Because every time you think you're on a roll, there's a base runner, all of a sudden there's a possibility of a stolen base, there's contact made, hit and run, first to third. All those things come into play. When you're facing big boppers, they're going to hit a home run when I make a mistake, but if I'm not making a mistake, I'm getting them out.
And they have so much team speed, and they put the ball in play. They don't strike out a lot, and they're second in the league in walks. Just constant pressure. And I love the analogy he used. You don't have to complete a big completion in football in order to win. Little dinks and dunks can get it done sometime. He's just a master at some of those analogies. Pat Murphy, that's a great analogy for it.
By the way, Flipper Anderson would be your guy making that play.
Nice.
I think, with the Rams.
Flipper Anderson.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't get there. I was thinking Torrey Holt, but that was the wrong time date stamp. Well, here's the question, though, because I think the industry, baseball fans, everybody admires the way the Brewers play and win. Is it something they can do to make a full postseason run and get to a World Series? That's the question. Chopper, Shawneewell makes a very good play. They get the lead runner.
That's a smart play right there. You're not going to get a double play. You just got to make sure you get the lead runner, keep a double play still in order. For a guy that's had 7 double plays turned behind him this season, and a ground ball rate over 54%.
A pretty nifty play by Nolan Shawneewell. But to your point, Matty, they're capable of hitting home runs. I mean, they have guys up and down their lineup that can certainly drive the ball out of the ballpark, and they did so last year in the NLDS against the Chicago Cubs, just didn't do so against the Dodgers in the NLCS.
1 out, 1 on now for William Contreras. Just the idea that the Brewers are continually better than the Cubs, and the idea that they beat them in the postseason last year, it just has to give Milwaukee fans so much pride and so much pride of ownership, really, to beat the big bad payroll team down south.
That game 5 in the NLDS last year was top 5 biggest wins in Brewers franchise history. I mean, if they would have lost that game, it was a bunch of series and playoff appearances in a row where they got knocked out first round. They ended up advancing. Yes, they got swept by the Dodgers, But hopefully it's a different story this year. But yes, it was a big step forward to advance to the NLCS last year.
All of a sudden, 3-0 count here for Urania. And their hottest hitter waiting on deck.
1 out, 1 on, 3 balls and no strikes to William Contreras.
And this is the spot where, he was just traded. Chase Silseth was the guy they would bring in this spot a lot. Now down with the Texas Rangers. Sam Bachman warming up in the bullpen for the Angels right now, though.
They got a lot of fuel coming out of that bullpen for the Angels, right? Like really good arms with good stuff.
3 balls and a strike.
Get over 99-mile-an-hour fastball. That'd be kind of fun to have.
Mitchell, like so many, the Brewers will run 9 stolen bases in 14 attempts. That's on the ground for Neto. To second for 1. Relay to first, and they get them both. 6 shutout innings for a pumped-up Walbert Urania. Make him hit it on the ground. Still 2-0 Halos.
Fixed him out. We were talking to him between breaks. I would have never done that. Because I feel the guys in the other dugout will be screaming at me, yeah, just fix that balance. You'll be backing up bases before you know it. But when you're throwing 106, you might not want to say anything.
Tyler Heineman, pretty good idea, but no doing today with David Hamilton reading that nicely.
Such good defense the Brewers have, too. We talk about contact made, base running, but they don't give away extra outs.
You look at their defensive line. This is a nice play by David Hamilton on the run, making a strong throw to first, right on the money. But you look at their defensive alignment in the infield, you have 3 shortstops basically playing second, short, and third. And then you have Joey Ortiz, that's been arguably one of their best defenders on the infield, and he mixes in at third base as well.
And you can't lay down a better bunt than that, and you're still thrown out.
Yeah.
It's not right. The catcher doing that, you got to give him a shot. Give him a knock.
So now Zach Neto, who's 0 for 2 so far today.
He's made his presence felt, though, defensively so far in this game. Neto, that good play in the hole and then that double play turn. That was quick on his transfer. To be able to get a double play turn before Bowers got a chance to swing the bat that last half inning.
Turned a double play, and prior to that, went deep in the hole to end an inning. It's our tick-tock play of the game.
Pretty nifty throw right there on the run, going away into left field. Yeah, Zach Neto, you can understand why he's in conversations to try to acquire here at this deadline.
I mean, you go back to the last couple of seasons, he's at tops as far as defensive run saves as a shortstop in the American League. And this year, it's been some ups and downs. Now he's getting back to his normal self. But I know Erica West had a chance to talk to him about these trade wins, and it's really, I think it's affected Neto quite a bit.
Ball and 2 strikes. Mike Trout waiting next with 1 away and the base is empty. Still a 2-0 Angels lead. Both runs on the Wade Meckler homer in the second. And Neto a strikeout victim for the second time. No fair, a slider in a 2-strike count.
We see him with a strikeout with a slider, now earlier with his curveball. We know how good that fastball. It's just that's not fair.
And Gooby, you haven't even seen his changeup yet. That's in the tank as well. And that pitch is going straight down. And he's got all the weapons. Jacob Mizorowski. Just fun to watch.
Oh, yes, he is.
So now Mike Trout 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts today. First pitch breaking ball for a strike. You know, again, in talking to Pat Murphy about the Miz before the game, I thought Pat said something really interesting. Said that the Miz isn't even really aware that he's the Miz. He's just as normal and approachable and aw shucks Midwest as it gets. There's been so much said and written about his love of Pokemon cards. Very close with his family. All the folklore is happening around him. He hasn't been fazed by it at all. Trout to right center field. Lara closes the door and makes the catch. Another shutout 1-2-3 frame for Jacob Mizorowski.
With him everywhere. Then one day, He left the baseball card of Troy Glaus in the pocket of his pants. His mom washed it. Guess what happened? That was the end of the baseball card. It disintegrated. He said, game over. Might as well not continue. Devastating. So Troy Glaus, his favorite Halo back in the day. Also loved watching Mark Teixeira when he got traded over here. He said he thinks that's who he always envisioned himself as, guys.
Pretty good comps.
Yes.
The hot minute that Mark Teixeira was a Halo.
And he was really good in that short moment there where he was as a Halo.
Bet.
By the way, Troy Glaus hit the ball as hard as any human being I've ever seen. Every baseball was crushed, and so far in the series, Powers has done the same thing.
Rookie right-hander Luke Murphy taking over on the mound for the Angels after 6 shutout innings by Walbert Urania. Murphy had his contract selected from Double-A prior to Friday's game. Made his major league debut that night with a scoreless inning of relief. He is the 6th Angel to make his major league debut in 2026.
Unbelievable numbers in Double-A this year. Struggled mightily the year before in Triple-A.
Bowers, Vaughn, and Lara here for the Brewers. Just 3 singles against Urania through 6 innings. And a 4-pitch walk opens the 7th.
Yeah, he looked a little amped up in his major league debut the other night. Now Luke Murphy being asked to hold this lead here for the Angels in the 7th.
In this spot too, a 2-0 game. Mike Maddox going out. He had that conversation when his first game in the big leagues. It slowed him down. He thanked him for that.
Mike Maddox goes out for a visit and gives us a chance to kind of tie the bow on a great start by Walbert Urania today, Gooby.
I'll tell you what, his name has to be in there as far as best AL rookies of the year. I mean, he's been dominant every single time he's taken the mound. His changeup was great. Fastball was good. He mixed in his sweeper. He knew who he was locked up against, the best team in baseball, the Brewers, and the best arm on the mound going against him, and he was dominant today.
That's a really good call. He is going to get votes for Rookie of the Year and maybe even win it. Yeah, he looked really impressive today. Uber competitive.
Well, it'll be up to another rookie in the reliever Luke Murphy to try to continue the stonewalling of the Brewers lineup. And now it's Andrew Vaughn with a man aboard. Third time that the Brewers have put their leadoff hitter aboard in this game, including each of the last 2 innings. And there's one in the zone, a strike to Vaughn, 0-1.
The bullpen actually going out. There's some movement down in the bullpen for the Brewers also.
I guess the million-dollar question is, Jacob Misiorowski with a really reasonable pitch count. Do they run him back out there for the 7th? Line to third. Guzman has it, not in time at first to double off Bowers.
Nice play by Guzman. He's a shortstop by trade. That's shortstop's instincts right away. Ketson already making the throw to first base.
And great base running right here by Jake Bowers to be able to get back and not get doubled off. And because, like you said, Matty, they've had some base runners to lead off innings, but haven't been able to push anything across yet.
1 out, 1 on for the rookie switch hitter Luis Lara. Showed bunt, took a strike.
That's what Pat Murphy told us today, to show the bunt, make him aware of it. It's going to bring your third baseman in. It gives you a better chance to punch a ball by him at third base now, especially something away.
Big numbers for Lara at AAA Nashville. Oh, they got a pick off. Bowers got a little froggy off the bag. Neto applies the tag, and there are 2 away.
Your first career pickoff now.
Right after I got done praising Jake Bowers for his base running and not getting doubled off, he gets picked off right here. And he was going on first move, and they execute the rundown.
So far today, the Halos have done a nice job as far as negating that aggressive running game, a caught stealing and now a pickoff.
2 gone, bases empty, 0-1 to Lara. So a guy at the plate who had big numbers at AAA Nashville against a guy on the mound who not only went to Vanderbilt but was born and raised in Nashville. Possibly the site of Major League Baseball's next expansion foray. Ooh.
Boy, I hope so.
So do I. A trip to Nash Vegas once a year,
yes,
that'd be okay by me.
That'd be real good.
Good living there.
If they want, they could put him in the American League, go there a couple times. That'd be fun.
Put him in the AL West. Just for you guys here at the Angels.
I played there at the old Greer Stadium for 3 years. Got a couple of guitars. You hit a homer off the guitar, you get a guitar.
Really?
Yeah.
You still have them?
Oh, yeah.
Are they real guitars?
A real guitar, yes.
Wow.
I had everyone sign it. Nelson Cruz is on that.
Oh, that's impressive.
On the guitar, yeah. Guitar scoreboard. And then the frets were the innings.
That was always a great ballpark to go to. That they were packed in those houses way back in the day too. They love baseball there.
Vinny, you downplay your career, dude. Sandbagging us.
I was a grinder.
That's
Oh man.
Yeah, that's great.
You had a good run, man. Lara fists a pop up into left. It's going to carry all the way to Meckler. Turns into a scoreless inning for Luke Murphy. Stretching at the Big A with the Angels still on top 2-0, and the Miz is back for another round.
And they have turned it around.
Angels in the bottom of the 7th will send up Nolan Shawna, Vaughn Grissom and Joe Adell trying to add to their 2-0 lead. The only runs of the afternoon courtesy of the Wade Meckler 2-run homer in the 2nd. And the obvious answer to our question is that Jacob Misiorowski continues in the 7th inning.
Combined 5 hits in this game by the two teams. We thought that coming in there.
Yeah, kind of to be expected, right?
0-1 to Shawna, who's hitless in 2 tries.
66 pitches now for Miz, 54 strikes. I mean, that strike percentage is the reason why he has turned it around and become one of the best pitchers in baseball, probably the best.
This is the 7th inning, right? Does that pitch count?
7th inning. That's
Yeah,
what it
right.
says on
We used
the
to
screen.
see that like the 3rd or 4th inning now because of all the punch outs. But he
Right.
gets a lot of punch outs, but he doesn't waste pitches. Gets a 2 strikes. He goes, I'm going right after you.
This goes right at guys.
2 balls and a strike. He's retired 14 in a row since that Meckler homer. I remember there was a time when the race for National League Cy Young was a really deep, fascinating conversation. Shohei Ohtani, Chase Burns, Skeens, Christopher Sanchez. Who am I missing? I mean, there were a bunch of guys we were talking about. It has all kind of come down to Miz separating himself from everybody. Number 10 this afternoon.
Another 100-mile-an-hour fastball, too. That sound, too, is just amazing.
The finish on the pitch, right? I mean, it's got that extra giddy up and then some once it gets halfway to home plate. And hitters just come up empty. Again, after seeing him 2 times already. They kind of know what the fastball's doing. They still cannot make contact with it.
Shawna a really good high fastball hitter and didn't have a chance on that one.
1 gone for Vaughn Grissom, started with strike 1. Pretty good roll call of recent great Brewer pitching. 10 double-digit strikeout games this season.
Hey guys, we got 2 months to play.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is the last week of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, this is 21st start, 10 double-digit strikeout games. FanDuel can't make that prop high enough. And remembering that single game parlay that we showed you earlier, it was 9.5 today. Counts 0-2 on Grissom.
Yeah, I thought coming in this game it'd be like at the OK Corral Tombstone movie Johnny Ringo versus Doc Holliday, and it has been today.
Yeah.
Double-digit strikeout starts in 4 of his last 5. Grissom's jammed, chopper to third. Hamilton's got it, and there are 2 away. Let's update you on some of the games in action today. Yankees and Cubs, and Jose Caballero, after maybe engaging the hitter's eyes or not. Homers. 11th of the year in a really decimated Yankees starting lineup. No Judge, no Stanton, no Bellinger. And they're holding up okay so far in Chicago this afternoon with a 2-1 lead in the 9th.
Their starting pitching is really, really good. That's the only reason why they're able to win some of these games. When you have that many guys out of your lineup, MVPs out of your lineup like that, that's 3 of them in your lineup not playing.
Well, I know it makes Brewers fans happy to see the Cubs losing, and it's a 6.5 game lead for Milwaukee. Brewers very active this year in terms of amassing wins in the division.
Remember, at one point, everybody was well over 500 in that division.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know. At what point do you start thinking about wild card exclusively if you're in Chicago? Maybe too soon for that, but we're getting close.
Depends who they acquire here the next couple of days, right?
Well, they're among so many teams looking for starting pitching.
And if you're one of those clubs that have those starting pitchers, you have clubs going, what can we do to get them? And all of a sudden, you're going to get a bigger, better package in return.
It was interesting that Skubal went yesterday, right? That was the first domino to fall. We knew that he was going to be a big domino, the biggest. And the fact that he went yesterday, now, does that change the market for some of these guys like Jose Soriano and Reed Detmers? Does it, make the price tag go up a little bit?
Yeah, because they're team control too. That's the thing. It's big.
Yeah, right.
Skubal's going to be a free agent.
First 3-ball count that Jacob Misiorowski's been in today, and we're in the 7th inning with 2 out.
I'm a fan of baseball. I'm a fan of watching this. I'm still in awe of what he's doing.
I tell you what, too, Gooby, he's not going to be happy with the fact that it's 2-0, though. That's really what he cares about, is the fact that he is losing this game, but he is pitching exceptionally well.
Yeah, he's looking at that guy on deck. He goes, how did he get that cutter?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that guy on deck, Wade Mickler, 2-run homer in the 2nd, and that's the only activity on the board all day. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Adell. Joe checked his swing.
Craving more baseball? Just tell Siri, show me today's MLB schedule.
Some interesting stuff on today's MLB schedule, including the White Sox beating the Rays in Tampa today. Sunday stretch will be on right after our game. Fill you in on all the activity around Major League Baseball as we're watching those trade wires. 24 hours away from the deadline. You saw D.L. Hall up in the bullpen for Milwaukee, likely the next in line. And here's Wade Mickler.
He's swinging first pitch. Ooh, took a first pitch fastball.
How about that walk from Jacob Misiorowski? Only his 2nd walk in his last 5 starts. I mean, that's just crazy. He walked 1 batter in July.
It's not right. It's not fair.
On the ground for Vaughn. Another 0 posted by Jacob Misiorowski. To the 8th. Still 2-0 Angels.
Just 2 hits. Gave up that 1 home run with 10 punch outs. I mean, it was another awesome start from the Miz, but he's down 2-0.
He's coming in a 149 batting average, putting his batting average, and just gives up 2 hits in 7 innings again. That's unreal.
Yeah.
Sam Bachman on for the Angels. He gets the top of the 8th inning against the 8, 9, and top of the order hitters. Bachman has been very good at home all year long. His home ERA leads the Angels at 2.45. Has not allowed an earned run at home in 7 consecutive outings. And he gets the bottom of the order here to start things in the Milwaukee 8th.
How he commands his slider is how successful he'll be. If he doesn't have his slider working, it becomes a little bit more difficult task for him. He has a great changeup too. And I think they're trying to get him to use it more. He'll use it more against the lefties.
Oswald Peraza taking over at second base for Vaughn Grissom. So Kurt Suzuki going to his prevent defense, trying to hold on to this 2-0 lead here in the 8th.
That's the first time we've seen Peraza in this series.
To the left side, Guzman, and 1 away.
I mean, he is smooth. That is a kid. That's a 22-year-old too, making those plays at third base.
Yeah, you can sense that another shortstop playing third base over there on the left side. It's a strong defensive left side for the Los Angeles Angels. You're right, smooth as can be.
One out, base is empty for David Hamilton, who's walked and lined out today. Hey, hit the bull, win a steak.
Is that changing eye level there?
This is what gets away from Bachman. Bachman's like, a little better effort, please, Heineman.
2 balls and no strikes to Hamilton. For your sake, Gooby, I've always been hopeful that the Angels would acquire Trey Turner, maybe convince Justin Turner to come here just so you could have Bachman, Turner.
Overdrive. Oh, I've used that a few times.
Take
already.
care of business. I'm sure you have.
Yes.
Dad material. Sorry, kids.
If he has that slider going, he turned that one over.
3 balls and no strikes. Top of the order, Bryce Terang waiting on deck. And it's a 4-pitch walk as the changeup missed high.
At Ace, no matter how you grill, we've got the perfect one for you. Because only your local Ace has all the best brands in one place, like Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone. That sounds pretty perfect.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Here's where you're careful about Bryce Terang jumping you on the first pitch. Instead, it's a ball that gets away from Heineman, a free 90 feet for David Hamilton.
It'll end up being a pass ball on that one.
Heineman just whiffs on this pitch that gets by him. It just clanks it. Runner in scoring position now.
Trying to keep it in the strike zone, but it was all over the strike zone.
Right
no more
down the field
challenges
was.
too. That's, you know, even if you're trying to work that corner.
I was just as surprised with the pass ball as I was with the take. Terang loves to jump the first pitch. He's got great first pitch numbers, and in all 4 of his plate appearances this afternoon, he has taken the first pitch. And now we're asking for a managerial and pitching coach visit on Sam Bachman.
He doesn't look comfortable there on that delivery.
That's not a good sign. He pointed, kind of gestured towards his arm, his right arm, elbow area. This is a guy that's battled some injuries, hasn't he?
Yes. He's always had that great arm, but he's looking down at his arm. That's not ever a good thing.
Well, whoever it is that gets into the ball game, if in fact they make a move, and it would appear that that's happening here, is going to have as much time as he needs to warm up, as Sam Bachman is being removed in an injury scenario. The last pitch that he threw, and if we get word on Sam's status, we'll pass it along to you. Pitching change for the Angels, and we'll be right back. Yeah, we know you got Tarek Skubal. Quit showing off. Ryan Zepperjohn, the new pitcher for the Angels. He takes over for Sam Bachman, who left due to an injury moments ago. So Ryan will have as much time as he needs to get ready to pitch here today.
Yeah, his fastball of late has been 97 to 100. He's got a good sweeper, cutter, commanding his fastball and trusting his fastball to set up his secondary pitches. When he was struggling early in the season, he had some troubles with the strike zone. Threw a lot of first pitch sweepers and cutters. Now he's trusting his fastball. It's made him better.
He's been lights out since June 1st. 24 1/3 innings pitched in that stretch, only giving up 4 earned runs. He's been very stingy with the hits. Hitters just hitting 160 off him all year. But like you said, Gooby's given up some walks, mostly early.
It's always, as a pitcher, even though bullpen arms, you're used to that rush. As soon as that phone rings, you're getting ready. But it's a little different warming up in the bullpen as far as the game mound. That was always the toughest thing. Because you always feel everyone's like looking at you, screaming at, let's go. You have plenty of time. You're used to doing that out of the bullpen. It's not the same. Everything's different. Just the way that sound down in the bullpen, you feel ready to go. It's that pop because you're down in that little confined area. But now all of a sudden on the game mound, it's a little bit different.
Hey, a reminder, the MLB Journey to 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. You can enter now for a chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. MLB.com/Journey to 30 sweeps. Favorite ballpark beside the one that you call home here in Anaheim, Gooby?
Fenway Park.
Vinny?
Fenway.
Really? Both you guys agree on that? Really?
First time went there as a broadcaster this year was absolutely awesome.
Yeah. It smells like a ballpark. It feels like a ballpark.
Oh, it smells like a ballpark.
Yeah,
right.
and everyone hates you there if you're wearing that other color uniform. I love that. I love the old Yankee Stadium, too. That was right there, too. I love that.
Says the guy from Philly.
They knew my mom's maiden name down there when I was warming up.
Zephyr John has warmed up. He's ready to go to work on Bryce Turang. One out with a runner in scoring position. And Turang starts things by stepping out. So Zephyr John inherits the 0-1 count left behind by Sam Bachman. First pitch sweeper taken for a strike. It's 0-2 to Bryce Turang.
He throws that sweeper 38% of the time. Hitters hitting just 133 against that pitch.
Turang homered here on Friday, his 16th of the year. And it's a strikeout, and that one credited to Ryan Zephyr John.
That slider there, too, a little harder than the sweeper.
Turang just comes up empty on this spinner right here. This guy's got 3 different breaking balls. He's got the sweeper, slider, and curve.
And 2 of those pitches were really the heart of the plate. It's not familiar with him as much.
It's going to be nice to come into the game with an 0-1 count already on the board. 2 gone, runner still in scoring position for Jackson Churio, who's walked and singled today.
It's that good fastball Zephyr John has been thrown. That's 98. You're in the on-deck circle and you're seeing breaking balls, and all of a sudden 98 on you.
At top rail and upper nines.
Tying run at the plate. And Churio now behind 0-2. Walbert Arena really stingy through 6. He was terrific today. Struck out 7, unscored upon. Luke Murphy with a scoreless inning. Bachman started the inning before being removed due to an injury. And now Ryan Zephyr John trying to finish it in what's turned into a very good pitching day for the Los Angeles Angels.
If you're Arena, your ERA for the season is 2.54.
Second lowest among all rookies this year. And yeah, I think you guys are right. I think he's going to have to get a little bit of consideration for Rookie of the Year. I know that, you know, Murakami's going to get a ton of attention.
McGonigal, Messick, right?
Parker Messick. Yeah, you're right. It's a very crowded field. Oh, somebody took that foul tip. I think it was a home plate umpire.
Yeah, right back on him.
$365 more days till hockey season.
Yeah.
Ooh, right underneath.
Shoulder. Aye. Oh.
You know, I've asked a bunch of catchers, you know, a lot of them you'll see get foul tips right in the mask. Why there seems to be so much more now? 4-seam fastball. So to elevate a fastball, velocity straight back. That's exactly what happened. Sinker ball, it's tough to be able to foul that and back up like that.
Hey,
but
you know,
4 seams.
I've said this before, but now with ABS challenge, why don't they go back to the bubble? So what if you miss it? We got challenges now. These guys need to protect themselves.
That was a great look back in the day, wasn't it?
Man, go back to the old Tim Cheetah, you know, the old bubble protector. Bring it back.
Wasn't the American League the bubble protector and the National League was not, or vice versa? And that's why one league was the high fastball and the other league was the breaking ball?
Yeah, I think the American League was always the high fastball, which is not real good when you're a sinker ball pitcher, by the way.
Churio with a broken bat. Bell smothered at third base by Guzman. Throw goes wide, and Milwaukee has the tying runs aboard now with 2 gone in the 8th.
Real nice play initially, but the wide throw by Denzer Guzman. Well, it ended up being a base hit on it, though.
Yeah, that's going to be a base hit as he slides over to his left. And, yeah, he had him with a good throw. But this is what the Brewers do. Any kind of small mistake that you leave open, they will take advantage of it. They've been doing it all year. Let's see if Garrett Mitchell can come through.
Would they take a shot at stealing a base here?
Wow, 2 out in the 8th, down by 2.
And Zephyr John's given up 10, hasn't caught anybody. They might, just to get something across. More pressure.
You got to feel real good about your chance to succeed in there. If he gets thrown out there, you're taking away a big inning possibility.
Right.
Another one of the local guys for the Brewers with a big chance here. Garrett Mitchell grew up in Orange, 15 miles away from where we are right now. And it's 0-1 to Mitchell.
Well, I still go back to game one. He hit 3 baseballs in a row, 109 off the bat, 110 off the bat, and then another 109.
He's made a lot of adjustments this year, especially with getting to that fastball in the upper third of the zone. He's shortened up his swing considerably, using the opposite field.
Another guy that grew up an Angels fan.
That quick conversation you see about that move over there. I think he feels he can get a little more of a lead.
Hamilton and Churio, the tying runs at 3rd and 1st. And it's a ball and a strike to Garrett Mitchell. One and two.
That's been his kryptonite his entire career, and again, he's made some adjustments to that pitch. He's talked about just setting the pitching machine up right in that area at 100 miles per hour and getting on top.
And Zephyr John out of trouble in the top of the 8th. Is that still, that's not the spot anymore, or is it?
Water and Brady. Yeah,
okay, got it.
3rd ward. Yeah.
Bottom of the 8th inning here. Cubs are losers today. Chance for the Brewers, if they can come back, to pick up a full extra game. Of course, Cub fans are hoping that things stay status quo and that the Angels fans, the Angels themselves that is, can hang on to this 2-0 lead. Congratulations to that fan. Yankees are winners today.
Now, that is music to Brewers fans' ears. The fact that the Cubs lost that series at home to the Yankees.
Yeah, explain that rivalry too. I mean, it's got to be because they're so close to each other too.
It's a great rivalry. The fact that a lot of Cubs fans show up at what they call American Family Field Wrigley North is a big source of contention for all the Brewers fans. And they are obnoxious at times, right? They should be stalled at Kenosha.
There should be a roadblock permanently if you're coming down 94 and you're heading to American Family Field with a Cubs flag.
Right at the Cheese Castle, right there. Right at the Cheese Castle in Kenosha.
Right, yes. D.L. Hall, the new pitcher for the Brewers here. We have a challenge.
I don't think that's going to work out.
And that did not work out.
The calls confirm the pitch is a ball. Milwaukee has 1 challenge remaining.
You can't take them home with you, as they say.
Yeah, it is well above the zone. And not the start that D.L. Hall wanted to have, his first outing back in a couple of months after that pectoral injury that he sustained at the beginning of June. But he has been good for the Brewers in their bullpen when healthy.
Chris Hook coming out for a conversation.
A pinch hitter too now for Josh Lowe too.
And that's the nature of the discussion at the plate as Jose Siri is announced to bat.
Might be asked to bunt here too. He's done that quite a bit. Take a little page out of the Brewer playbook.
For a player as quick and athletic as Denzer Guzman is, he does not have a significant stolen base total. Only 2 bags in 3 attempts.
He's not able to read pitchers yet. You see him lean back to first base quite a bit.
And here's the pinch hitter, Jose Siri.
Had some bags down in the minor leagues.
Siri, no stranger to deadline deals. Traded a couple of times in his career, and it's a ball and a strike.
He's been a free swinger so far in this series, and he's kind of expanded the zone quite a bit. Let's see if DL can get him to roll over on something right here.
Well, that lost start too. We have a lefty on the mound. You have a first baseman holding on a base runner. You get that push bunt to the right side of the infield wide open for you.
I'm not sure why he's not trying to push that bunt over and get the runner Guzman up to second base.
Big insurance run at first base to start the last of the 8th. Fly ball slicing into shallow right. Oh man, Terang was there to finish with a sliding catch and just couldn't squeeze it.
Yeah, he had to range quite a bit to get to this ball, and you're right, Matty. He was there, and he just missed it.
You're so used to him making every single play I've seen.
Right. I was actually surprised that that ball found dirt. Now he would be battling the sun's over on this side, right?
Exactly.
So we'll see what Siri can do with the additional life. Still a ball and 2 strikes.
A lot of room on that right side of the infield too. They try to punch a ground ball that way to go first to third. The Halos have had a tough time in that 9th inning, so an added run or so would work out really well for the Angels.
Full count now. The Brewers have a right-hander up in the bullpen. Grant Anderson is up.
Three-batter minimum though, so he's going to have to face at least Heineman on deck.
Oh, Siri fortunate he got a piece of that. He was late.
And Miguel Uribe pitched in back-to-back nights, so they're likely going to be down in today's ball game.
By the way, his stuff is unbelievable too. He has a slider he throws so hard, but you look up, oh, I still have 100 just for fun.
Uribe, yeah.
On an afternoon when both starters were completely dominant, it's in the hands of both bullpens, and a called strike 3 taken by Siri.
That was definitely a strike.
There's a well-located changeup by DL Hall, and it just froze Jose Siri for strike 3. 83 miles per hour. That's been a useful pitch for DL Hall, and that's the reason why he can get both lefties and righties out, because of that good changeup.
Well, he's a hitter. Would you look for a changeup inside like that? I don't usually think that changeup's going to fade away. I think that's what froze him.
Right. Well, anytime you see anything inside to a lefty, guy that's going to try and nail that cross corner, you're thinking it's a heater, and he landed the changeup right there.
So now Tyler Heineman in from the right side. He's got a little bit more pop batting left.
Zach Neto's almost in the batter's box himself right there.
Trying to get a good look.
Yes.
A ball and a strike to the switch hitting catcher. 1 out, 1 on in a 2-0 Angels lead.
Ball in.
This has been a little bit of an issue this year for DL Hall. He's got 24 walks in just 31 innings.
Hall and the Brewers would very much like to avoid having to face Mike Trout here. Chopper gets out there slowly. Terang has only one choice, and that's to get the hitter runner at second now with 2 away.
I wonder if Neto is going to face him here now.
Oh boy, we got some breaking trade deadline news. Erica, what just happened?
Yeah, reportedly the New York Yankees are acquiring infielder Luis Garcia Jr. from the Washington Nationals. The 26-year-old with 23 homers on the season. Yankees reportedly sending 4 prospects to the Nats in the trade. But again, another controllable player under club control through the end of 2017.
Yeah, that's a big component to that deal, Erica. And for a Yankee lineup that is without so much of its pop, interesting that they go and get another left-handed bat, because when Cody Bellinger does come back, they're already really left-handed, and they need Judge and Stanton back in the worst way. But that is a significant upgrade for the Yankees lineup, adding Luis Garcia
that's
Jr.
huge too. And the Nationals have been playing so well, but they kind of fallen off a little bit lately, so that's why you see that deal.
He's going to like that short porch in right field, isn't he? He's got having a career year, 873 OPS for Garcia.
It's a great ballpark for a left-handed swing.
Cool.
The Nationals lineup accomplished so much before the deadline. They trade 2 major pieces out of that lineup in Curtis Mead and now Luis Garcia Jr. And it's 2 balls and a strike to Zach Neto.
And is C.J. Abrams going to be on the move? We'll see.
How can they do that? I've heard that same discussion. I mean, he's in MVP running right now. If Shohei doesn't pitch again, you could talk really seriously about C.J. Abrams getting some MVP consideration. That bounces away from Contreras. A free 90 feet for Guzman.
That's a big one, too, because now you take away that nasty pitch in the dirt, potentially, with a man on third.
Yeah, right. Yeah, especially if he wants to get through that changeup and it's low. That's the hardest pitch to block. That changeup in the dirt.
William Contreras will be leading off in the top half of the 9th. He'll be followed by Bowers and Vaughn. First things first. Trying to keep that runner from scoring here in the last of the 8th to keep it a 2-0 deficit. That's a fair ball. Great play by Hamilton. Throw to first, not in time, and the run scores.
That's an unbelievable play. Just pulled off the bag, Vaughn did. That's an incredible play.
He's got a lot of range over there at third base. You know, one of the fastest players, just straightaway speed, but also has a great first step on the dirt. And this throw just pulls Vaughn off, and he probably gets him. It would have been close.
Wow. I can't believe I was even close.
Right. Is that fair? Not challengeable.
See, just pulled that foot off just enough for it to beat it out. It's a big add-on run for the Angels.
And now Mike Trout. That's into the gap in right center. Neto to third.
Amazing what happens at a leadoff walk.
Right.
Close game.
If the Brewers want to come back, they're going to have to stop the bleeding here. Mike Trout, what a swing. Low line drive to the opposite field.
Yeah, 105 off the bat. That's, I mean, Mike Trout, when you look at historically, when you throw something down in the zone, it's going to be smashed.
Yeah.
And if you're the Angels, this is the right guy up at the plate. Nolan Schanuel is a pitcher's nightmare because everywhere in the field is a possibility from center field. If he's something on the inner half will pull, but he works that left side of the field, the outfield, infield so well.
He's not afraid to hit with 2 strikes either.
So a 2-out RBI single, followed by a first pitch base hit. Then there are runners at the corners now with a run in for Schanuel, who's sitting on a hitless afternoon so far. He 2 picks on the first one, a bouncer for Terang to retire the side, but the Angels do scratch across that insurance score. Going to the 9th. Void being swept in back-to-back series.
And some win probabilities and possibilities in a number of the games here in this homestand, but hasn't been able to hold up.
Ryan Zephyr-John gets an opportunity to close it in the face the 4, 5, 6 part of Pat Murphy's order. Contreras, Bowers, and Vaughn. We do have one change. Jose Siri stays in the game in center field. 13 saves this year. And a guy who hasn't even been on the active roster for the better part of 3+ months now, Jordan Romano
still leads him. 4.
Amazing. Contreras 0 for 2 with a walk today. Popped up, way up. 1 gone.
This has not been a lockdown situation for the Angels, has it been, yeah, Gooby?
Especially when you lead in through 8 innings, it's been a tough one to be able to finish that one off. And no matter what the scenario is, you lead off runners or even getting quick outs, it's just to finish that last out, and that's been a problem for the Halos. Otherwise, you think about it, 9 times they've blown a lead like that. Last year they had 1 all season.
Yeah.
1. That's a flip of 8 games. And all of a sudden you have a way different record.
It's surprising because, look, I haven't seen the Angels all season long, but the arms that are coming out of that pen, you wouldn't think that would be the case.
Jake Bauers challenging the first pitch of the plate appearance. Man, by the thinnest of margins, that challenge fails.
Milwaukee's out of challenges.
Oh, wow.
Oh, 0-1 to Bauers. 7-game hitting streak on the line here in what looks reasonably as though it could be his final plate appearance of the day. He's homered in both games of the series. A ball and a strike. Into left center field. Meckler coming on, and it'll drop in front of him.
Yeah, there's a start for the Brewers. Just need base runners, try to get that tying run to the plate. Jake Bauers fights this one off into left field. Had a little wrinkle to it, got in on his hands, but strong enough to get it into left for a base hit.
That's one of those frustrating ones. You make a pretty good pitch, it ends up being a base hit against you. And the ones you got to clear the mind right away. You know, made my pitch, give him a little credit, as hard as that is to do with a hitter. You got to give him credit for that swing.
1 on 1 out now for Andrew Vaughn.
It's the guy you feel that if you get the ball on the ground, you get a double play turn.
Huh. 0-2.
No more challenges either.
Yeah, the tough pitch right there.
Kurt
Right
Suzuki hoping for what would be. I'm reticent to even say it. I don't want to be the guy that shoots the clown here. Hoping for the Angels' first win in their City Connect jerseys this year.
Yeah, that's hard to believe. They've been actually pretty good prior to this season, and I think they're one of the best City Connect unis they got in baseball.
Love them. 0-9 in this uniform combination. It's hard to believe. The kind of mirror image of the Tampa Bay Rays, who through last weekend were 9-0 in their turn back the clockers.
Wow, nice play.
It's beach week here. That's why they're wearing the City Connects every game.
Right.
That's the only thing that's keeping anybody cool here at the ballpark here the last 6 days, as warm as it's been here at the Big A.
What exactly were beach themed fireworks last night? What is that? I'd never heard of that before.
Well, they were loud. That's all I know is I was running out of here to try to get home. It's about as fast as I've run in a long time.
Still 0-2.
I'm sure they were mixing in some Beach Boys music in there to help it out.
Oh, that's okay. I got it. The musical choice.
Yes.
I got it.
Yeah. The Safari's little wipeout. He's looking to throw right here, the wipeout pitch.
Day off for the Angels tomorrow. They will travel tonight and land in Baltimore for what could be some kind of typical nasty East Coast weather.
And they've had already a couple delays in that game already today in Baltimore and the Phillies.
Swing and a miss by Vaughn.
There was that wipeout breaking ball.
They gassed him up on the pitch before, up in the zone, fouled it off, and that got Andrew Vaughn's bat sped up a little bit, and then he drops this breaking ball down and away. Yeah, this kid Zephyr John's got good stuff.
Yeah, he has tremendous spin on his breaking pitches. That was over 2,800 RPMs, well above average.
Rookie switch hitter Luis Lara represents a last chance for Milwaukee this afternoon. 0 for 3 today. Two-out base runner at first in a 3-0 game. First pitch breaking ball in for a strike. As far as the Brewers' upcoming schedule, it's back home. They are back on the field in Milwaukee tomorrow to open a 4-game series with the Pirates. Another team we hear about potential wheeling and dealing for come trade deadline tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. They've been fishing for bullpen help for the better part of a year. And now Milwaukee down to their final strike.
How about they come home for that 4-game series against that tough Pirates team, then Twins, also a playoff caliber team. Then they come back to the West Coast, San Diego and Dodgers. Tough schedule coming up for the Crew.
Ball and 2 strikes. Only 9 combined hits in this game. And Lara hanging around in a 2-strike count as Vaughn was before him.
I remember Wally Joyner once telling me that as a visiting player at home, when the fans are on their feet cheering, he liked that because he felt the pitcher was amped up. He was more apt to overthrow a pitch and it flattens out as breakable or fastball. So far on that swing right there was a pretty good indication. You're amped up with the fans. That missed spot on it.
And Lara caught looking. And on this afternoon in Southern California, a team with the worst record in baseball knocks off the team with the best record in the sport. 3-0 Angels.
Backdoor this breaking ball freezes them.
And no challenges.
No.
That was a ball.
Yep.
That's a tough loss for the Brewers. They had a chance with Jacob Mizorowski on the mound to go ahead and get the sweep, and Angels had just a few base runners in this one and ended up scoring 3.
3-0 Angels, the final score, back from the Big A right after this.